Hey y'all, so I'm back with another mukbang and today is Burger King. I got a veggie burger and some fries, and I also got an Oreo cheesecake, but I'm gonna eat that afterwards. So today's story time is about the time my mom caught me with a guy. This was actually the guy that passed away. It was my first serious boyfriend. It was my sophomore year and it was his senior year, and at that time we used to meet at the park near my house. It was like a block away or so, and we would just meet up and talk. So this day we messaged each other and we were like, hey, you want to meet up at Luskin Park? And he was like, yeah. So I went over there walking. My mom is a very religious person. She would never allow us to have boyfriends or friends for that matter. I could never leave the house. I still found ways, but she would never really give us permission. I ended up sneaking out the back door because we have a gate to our house. It leads to an alleyway, and you can go through the alleyway and go onto the street. I ended up going to Luskin Park. I got there and he was already there. And we were just talking, we were sitting on the swings. And honestly, I wasn't doing anything at that time with him. Like, when I met him, I was a virgin, so I could have been doing so many worse things. I just wanted to talk to somebody because I had no friends. I was so socially awkward, you know? So we're sitting there talking, and it had been about a good 20 minutes. So I looked to my right and to the entrance of the park. And there goes my mom. She's in a little hoodie and she's walking towards me, and she just looks like she's about to beat my ass. She's never really hit me before, like only a couple times, but I was so scared at that moment. I was like, oh my God, this is my last day on earth. I'm so hungry today. I don't really eat fast food because it's bad for you, you know, but I'm gonna go work out later, so I'll burn all of this off. So she came up to us, and this dude, I was like, hey, you need to go, you need to go. I just wanted him to save his own life, so I told him to go home, and he ended up going home. As she approached us, and she was like, what the, in Spanish, all in Spanish, she was like, what are you doing? What are you doing with this dude? Oh, you're a prostitute now, you're a prostitute. Like, my mom always just considered anything. If you talk to a man, it's basically you're sleeping with him, it's prostitution, all this. She ended up telling me, you need to get home right now before I call the cops. She always threatened me with the cops because she knew that Elias, the guy, because he was a legal adult in Texas and I was 15. He was 17, but you can still get arrested for that. Running ahead of her home because I was like, bro, she's gonna beat my ass. I know it. Today's the last day I live. And the whole time we were walking home, he was telling me how much of a hoe I was. Like, Mom, I could have been out here doing drugs, actually prostituting, all this, but bro, I just wanted human companionship. I'm lonely. And as we were getting home, I had a beanie on my head. And she ended up grabbing my beanie along with my hair because my hair has always been long. There was a short period of time where I had cut it short, but it's been long for most of my life. And she ended up grabbing my hair and my beanie, and she yanked me back, and she ripped out some of my hair, and she threw the beanie I had on into a puddle of water. I tried to pick it up, and she picked it up, and she took it from me, and she went home ahead of me. And I guess she was mad because she knew that beanie wasn't mine. It was Elise's. It was that guy's. She went inside the house, and I was like, dude, can you just give me my beanie back? And she was like, no, you're a little hoe, this and that. And she ended up grabbing a pair of scissors, and she started cutting up the beanie. Needless to say, I didn't get my beanie back. At least not in one piece. She ended up being like, here. And she threw it to me, and it was all cut up. I just don't understand moms sometimes. I think that's what makes some of us rebel, because you're not allowed to do anything. And maybe it's because I grew up in a very strict religion. Like, you have certain standards or morals for your kids, and once your kids opt out, it's like you're sinning or whatever. But that's how you end up pushing your kids away, because you don't allow them to make their own mistakes and own decisions. I don't think I'll ever have that problem because I don't want kids. I have 7 brothers and 6 sisters, and once you have all those people around, it kind of makes you, like, it turns you off and doesn't even, why would I want that, you know? I mean, kids are cute. I used to want to be a mom, but I finished that burger like in 6 minutes. I just love eating so much, honestly. I finished pretty much most of my fries, and I'm about to finish this cheesecake. Let me know in the comments below if you have a similar story to this. I don't know if anybody else grew up in a religion like that, where you weren't really allowed to do anything. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.